Hi everybody, it's Barb with Baking with Barb, W.I. Haven't been on for a while, I haven't seen everybody. How's everybody doing? Always ask you that, probably about the same as how we're doing up here in northern Wisconsin. It's been a beautiful summer, but man, these last few days have been humid, really too hot to do anything. I think we might have some storms coming in tonight. I'm not real sure about that. Got my crown on. Mary, Molly, pause this right now. Go get your crowns. You know, who else has got crowns? Kind of put that on the back burner, but man, this is the time we all need crowns, so go grab them. What have I been doing? Well, I haven't been doing a lot of baking, clearly. Had a project getting rid of piles and piles of rocks that I had installed about 25 years ago for, at the time, what was a popular rock garden. And then there were plants in the rocks. Plants never survived very well. And now I know why, because there were at least 6 inches of rock deep, 6 inches deep of garden rocks. I thankfully found a family who wanted them, and they had 4 truckloads, not full of course, but family 4 shoveled rocks. They came over 4 different times. I've raked them a couple of times. We've had a young gentleman come and shovel some away a couple of times. And finally down to the dirt, which still of course has rocks, but I'm gonna have to live with that. But that's kind of fun, kind of just changing things around outside a little bit and doing what I can out there when I feel like it. Have to go weed the perennial garden, but it's too hot, it's too muggy. I don't do muggy very well. Kind of been an unusual summer. We live on the lake and we always have grandkids and kids and friends and sisters come to visit, and clearly this summer we have had no one, and it's tough. It's just really tough. Don't like it at all. Our church service had Zoom meetings, and then we started meeting outside in the lawn for the separation, and now we can't do that because we have too many people. So we all gather in our cars in the parking lot. We had 18 cars yesterday, so that's kind of fun, and it was because of my church lady friends. Remember that I even started this YouTube channel when I had talked to them about baking. We're going to talk about baking a little bit today too. But I have found that the isolation, yes, I have my Louis Finer Meats shirt on today. Best meat market in the world. International award winners meat in Louis Meat Market. Cumberland. LouisFinerMeats.com. Check them out. They do mail. The isolation has kind of affected people. It's almost as though, and I've shared this and a lot of people shared it with me, it's almost as though the longer we're isolated, the more we want to be. We say, oh, we don't want to do it. Now we don't want to go out. Now we don't want to do anything. Now we don't want to see anybody. Now we don't want to talk to anybody. And that's not good. That's bad. Kids are starting school this week. Man, oh man, my prayers go out to those teachers and the kids and the parents, you know, everybody obviously. But it's going to be a rough one. So what was I going to do today? I get a lot of my recipes on Facebook. A lot of them. They're good. I printed off a chocolate fudge cake. Of course, chocolate is chocolate and caramel and pecans. You know, ask me anything, give me chocolate, caramel, and pecans, and I'll be a happy girl. But this is just chocolate fudge cake. I was going to make it from scratch, and I usually don't do this, as you all know. I usually just open up a box and put in the 1.5 cups of water and 1 egg or 2 eggs to make it cake-like or whatever, and that is my recipe. However, this recipe, it's true. It's really a true recipe. I'll show you this. Want to look it up? See that? It's a real thing. The cake itself, I counted. I actually am OCD enough that I count it. It has 13 ingredients. How ridiculous is that? 13 ingredients, but this will be made. The frosting has 6. I don't know why this intrigued me so much. It's a challenge, and I do enjoy doing it. No doubt about it. I do enjoy doing it. I was going to do it today. However, I have lots to do today in my office. and I just couldn't get in the mood to get all this out. And I thought, I have a very good alternative here. Kind of going back to my theory and how I look at things. The other day at the store, we picked up some donut holes. Devil food cake donut holes. Glazed devil's food cake donut holes. Except when they're a couple of days old, that glaze doesn't stay. And my mom would actually make extra frosting for my dad when something like this happened, or just fresh, because he always had to have lots of frosting. But I wasn't in the mood to do that either. Just couldn't muster that. So I'm thinking, sugar. So this is what you do. You don't want to make chocolate fudge, whatever the heck it is, chocolate fudge cake with 13 ingredients. Get a little paper plate. Just going to use the same one that I tested this on earlier today, and it works. Sugar bowl, spoon, a substantial amount of sugar onto the plate. And this is probably the most complicated part of the recipe today, folks. You open, the donut holes. And they're kind of nice and moist because, it's humid here again. You just roll that sucker around in the sugar. That's all you do. And this is going to make you just as happy. It will make me just as happy as that chocolate cake. See, now, I always like to show my product when it's done, as my grandson in Arizona said I should. Now, this had no sugar on before. It had a glaze, but it had kind of melted into itself. You have a few sips of coffee, and you put that out on a plate. And what's also good with this is get some strawberry jam, or your favorite jam, marmalade, whatever. Or if you're lucky, you'd get some peach jelly from Mary. Oh, Mary made the best peach jelly, I have to tell you. So anyway, you have to test it. I just can't see how a chocolate fudge cake is going to be any better than this, folks. And then the nice part is where you took that bite, then you kind of, swoosh it around in some more sugar, and it's all coated again. This really, I believe, excuse me, I have to get the sugar. I need a sip. My girlfriend from Albuquerque gave me this cup a long time ago. It says early bird. And then inside, I think it says gets the worm. I'm not real sure. Can't tell because it's full of coffee. I believe that this is probably the most effort that anybody should put into baking in the summertime, because I don't want my hot oven on. And by the way, I do have my new oven, and man, it gets hot. It's been taking a little getting to know. The new refrigerator, by the way, is working beautifully, although the ice scooper didn't at first. They had to come out and put a new thing in. I don't know what it was. The floor is in, it's beautiful, but I'm not going to turn the camera around right now because, this is just kind of my working surface for today. Going along with not putting too much effort into anything, I'm not going to do it because it's going to be a busy day upstairs in the office. And I think we all learned something today. Let's wait until fall, when we can open the doors and the windows and get rid of this, I get shadows, and get rid of the humidity and have a nice little breeze, and we can turn the ovens on, and then we won't mind that there are 13 ridiculous ingredients to a cake. And then we can decide who's going to eat that cake. We have 2 in this household, and neither one of us need cake. But that doesn't stop us. Nor does it stop us from preparing the easy recipe of the day. A prepared donut hole purchased at the store, rolled in sugar, and perhaps some jam or marmalade. Have a good day, everybody, and have a great time until next time.